do you want to talk about, you mom or dad? Who's your favorite parent?
My name's Jake, and Dodie and I have lived in Mexico for 6 years, and there's nothing really cool about me. Well, should I try that again?
Yes.
And I don't have a favorite kid because all my kids are special. But if I was going to choose one, it'd be Abby.
What are we supposed to say about the kids again? I'm sorry. Hi, my name is Dodie, and Jake and I and our family, we've lived here in Mexico for 6 years now, and in this indigenous village for about 8 months. And yeah, life is great.
Let me think. What do I love about Hannah and Abigail? Let me count the ways. Actually, one of the things I love about Hannah and Abigail is that they have been with us on this journey for really all of their formative years, for anything they can remember. They have just grown up on the field, and they've gone with us so many places. I remember Dodie bathing Hannah and Abigail in the Amazon jungle when we lived there, and in the river. Don't tell the CDC. And they've been with us through all these adventures. When we first arrived here and we were living in a hotel in Tlapa for a month, they were there, and we walk out the door every day and we see the men standing on the streets with machine guns, and they would just feel like that was just part of life. And now we're gonna eat corn tortillas for the first time, because in Texas we eat flour tortillas. But that's all that we have here is corn. And so they learned that for the very first time. I remember Abby, she wanted nothing to do with the corn tortillas, but now she loves them. And they've just learned to just roll with life. I remember when we first started going out to the villages around here and living out there, sleeping all in one room, and climbing the mountain of mud and rolling around for hours in the trucks.
Hi, I'm Abby. I am 4 months old. I'm having fun with this.
It's going to be on social media for the world to see, Abby.
I'm Abby. I'm 12. That works. I live in Mexico, and it's great here. It's lots of fun. I do lots of things every day.
So
Consist
sarcastic.
of school and eating and being on my phone.
Hi, I'm Hannah. I am 15 years old, and I'm an MK here in Mexico. This is my sister, Abby, who just made a fool of herself.
Favorite thing about being a missionary kid in Mexico is just feel more experienced. I know a lot more about the world than like kids my age. Because I live here, and so I just knew that.
I feel I really enjoy being a missionary kid because I feel like we get like an experience that most kids our age don't get. We're gonna see the world differently than most kids our age, and I also learned that I appreciate different things more than other kids my age do. My least favorite, I feel like there's always lots of not so great things about everything, but I feel like as far as just being a missionary and being out here, like we've kind of just gotten used to them, like, oh yeah, the Wi-Fi doesn't work. Oh yeah, there's people being crazy out in the street, or oh yeah, they're being really loud at night. It's just.
I really want Dr. Pepper.
Favorite?
Okay, the water here is so much better. It tastes so much better, so I like drinking water. Okay, people are gonna think I'm crazy, but I'm serious. These are the things that go around in my head. And
Honestly, we don't really do that much.
Like
We're at home most of the time, to be honest,
Yeah.
but.
what I like to do, I like going on Thursdays and being with my friends and having fun, eating.
I enjoy the climate here. I know that's not really just specific to Mexico. I enjoy learning about cultures, and so it's really cool to not only learn about it, but like live in a different culture. My favorite place to been in Mexico is here. It's like
Yeah.
I'm extremely introverted, and so the fact that there's not a lot of people here. We used to live in a bigger city, and so the fact that there's fewer people here, it's more calming. And I mentioned the climate is a lot nicer here. It's very pretty out here. It's one thing most people don't know about Mexico. You can't see it, but there's lots
so
of.
dirty.
It's very green. There's lots of trees. There's lots of mountains. It's very cool here. Most people say, a lot of the people on the team think it's so cold, but I just think it's
I like it.
perfect.
It's nice.
It's great,
and
yeah.
wonderful.
Hoodie weather.
So, I was about to say, says the guy who's in a sweatshirt.
Wow. Okay. Says the girl who doesn't have Dr. Pepper.
And my favorite thing about Mexico is the water here.
You know what? I'll tell you what. Abigail and Hannah are going to be so prepared for whatever life throws at them because they have just been on every adventure, whether it be airplanes or boats or buses or cars or trucks, whether it be jungle or rivers or mountains or desert. They've been there. They've learned how to live among different people. They've had to learn how to communicate with those people. They've had to learn how to eat their food and sleep in their houses. And I couldn't imagine a better way for children to prepare for life as they prepare to engage the world, engage the people of this world, learn how to identify themselves and their emotions, their thoughts and their feelings, and to be able to just live life with people. And so that's what I think when I think of Abigail and Hannah. I think that this life has prepared them to go anywhere and do anything that God would put before them.
We have 4 girls, and their names are Hannah, Abigail, Evelyn, and Caroline, and they are all very unique with their own very unique personalities. And so specifically Evelyn and Caroline, our younger 2, right now are just very creative. They just like soak up whatever is around them and will be imaginative and make up a story or a game wherever they are. And I appreciate that about Evelyn in particular, is that she can be out in a village where there's like rocks and sticks to play with, and she will just pretend like she's cooking with the leaves and the rocks and the sticks, and they will make believe stories, and they don't have to have, I mean, they do obviously have a lot of toys, but they don't have to have that necessarily when we go other places and or with other peoples. They can be content to just play and interact, and they just kind of roll with it. And so I like that about them. I'm thankful for that about them. And Caroline, our youngest, is just very full of faith. She came on the mission field with us when she was 6 months, and so she really doesn't know anything else. She's been in Mexico much longer than she's spent in the States, and so this is her life. This is her reality. And her middle name is Faith, and she is just, she just believes God. You know, she just believes that it's true, and it's not anything that we have to coerce her to believe. She has just seen our faith, I think, but then the faith of our teammates and the life that we live is just, she internalizes it, and she really believes God. She believes He's great. She believes He's powerful.
Okay, so what's your favorite thing about being a missionary kid?
I do not know.
My favorite thing is that we always have team meetings and we get to like pray and worship God, and I just like having that time to spend with the team.
I don't know, having fun with the team and believing in Jesus, and yeah.
What's your least favorite thing about being a missionary kid?
I don't know. All of it's pretty good.
Having to sit in a church service or a team meeting for so long.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's definitely it.
And so when I think about Evelyn and Caroline and them growing up, yes, there's fears that they will one day face things that they weren't prepared for because they did not grow up in the States. But at the same time, I do feel like they are going to be very strong because of the foundation that they've had, and not necessarily what we've done, but the fact that we've chosen to live a difficult life, and we have to rely on the Lord just day by day, moment by moment. And they see that. And our church life looks different. We don't have a normal church that we go to. And so they have to live out Christianity in a more tangible way, you know, sharing it with others on a regular basis. It's just part of what we do. And I think that that's good, they're going to see that. Hopefully they'll grow up and that'll be normal, you know, for them.
My dreams for my children are that they would be happy. I'm going to say that everybody talks about the suffering on the mission field, and to follow Jesus means you have to make hard decisions, things like that. I would rather they just come to know that following Jesus is good, that it is happy and joyful. Yeah, there's hard times, but you know, there's hard times everywhere. And they can be happy anywhere. And so if anything, I don't have in my mind any kind of future plans for them. No, I don't have that, you know, any hopes or dreams that they become have a certain kind of person or have a certain kind of career or live in a certain place. I have a dream that they just fall in love with Jesus, enjoy Jesus, be happy wherever God takes them, without having to feel like they have to make hard choices, but rather they just, because wherever Jesus leads them, it's a good place. And so, you know, my dreams for them are that, yeah, that they would realize that there is joy in the journey with Jesus, and that they don't have to be in a certain place. They don't have to have a certain career. They don't have to have a certain style of life, and that they could just be happy where Jesus leads them. That's what I would want for them, is that they just come to see that Jesus is better, and circumstances are temporary, but that joy that comes with walking with Jesus is something that will take them anywhere in this world, whatever life throws at them. So, yeah, that would be my hope for them, is that they would realize that Jesus is good, and that would be everything for them.
Yes, I agree with Jake. I feel like, you know, we're normal parents, just like everyone out there who's probably watching this. We have normal parental struggles, and there's no guarantee that our children are going to follow in our footsteps necessarily. But like Jake was saying, it's not necessarily what we want. We want them to be content in the Lord and learn to love Him with their whole heart, and be willing to, whatever that looks like. It doesn't have to be missionary. It doesn't have to be even, you know, ministry. And so we have no guarantee, you know, we can't guarantee what our children will choose to do with their lives, but we just do the best we can day to day, as all of you do, and pray that that God will penetrate their hearts, and that they will fall in love with Him, and that He will be their priority in life, that they will love Him more than anything, and that God will be glorified through their lives and use them in whatever capacity He chooses to use them, whatever it looks like.